Hey guys, my name is Angela and I'm here today to talk to you about some of the things that I learned when I was deciding whether or not I was going to go on Accutane. So one of the things that they say is that it's going to get worse before it gets better. And I definitely experienced that around day 10. I started to experience my first breakout, and it wasn't until just a couple days ago that I started to experience some more whiteheads. And I'm noticing that my nose is a lot more rough than it would normally be, and I'm assuming that's from the blackheads that are starting to expel from my pores, and I know that sounds just absolutely disgusting. I read online that the breakouts or the initial breakouts can occur for the first 1 to 2 months. I'm only 3 weeks in, so I still do have another week before I'm even at 1 month of being on Accutane. So I'm guessing that there's still the chance of breakouts up to 2 months of being on the medication. But I will definitely keep you updated on how my skin is looking. And if you follow me on Instagram, I do post regular pictures of my face and how it's looking without makeup on. I'll go ahead and put my Instagram name down below in the description box. So if you do decide that you want to follow me, you can add me on Instagram, and I would definitely like for you to follow me on this Accutane journey. Essentially what the medication is doing, it is drying you out from the inside out. And let me tell you, that is no joke, because it is literally drying out all of my skin and my scalp. Let me be the first to say that moisturizer is going to be your best friend. I have a different moisturizer stashed in every room of my house, along with a different lip balm, because my lips have been just so sensitive and dry. Right now I am experiencing a lot of dryness. The most common complaint is chapped lips or cracking in the sides of your lips. Luckily, I haven't experienced anything of that sort quite yet, because I have been applying lip protection, moisturizer, lip balm, everything under the sun that you can imagine. I've been putting it on my lips all the time. I want to make sure that they are always being moisturized. My dermatologist said that there's a possibility of nosebleeds, and I was like, really? I've never even had a nosebleed before, like in my entire life. So that's definitely not something that I look forward to. He advised me that I could put Vaseline in my nostrils at night when I sleep, and he said that that would definitely help. Like I said in my last video, I have been experiencing quite a dry scalp, and it is also very sensitive. That just seems to be one of the side effects that come along with the medication. Everything is dry and sensitive on your body. A few women that I've connected with on Instagram have also said that this is something that they're dealing with. The key is finding something that works for you, and of course, products are going to work for each person differently. If you found a product that is working for you for this particular issue of having a dry, itchy scalp, please comment below what product you are using. I would love to know, as I am currently still trying to find something that will work for me. I want to say that the scariest side effect or risk that women take by taking this medication is having to prevent pregnancy. And the reason for this is because it causes severe birth defects. Like, the way my dermatologist put it is that any baby born when the mother had been taking Accutane suffers from missing limbs, among many other horrible birth defects. And that is definitely not something that you want to mess around with. So prevention is their biggest concern when prescribing the medication. Your first visit, they will do a pregnancy test just to make sure that you are in fact not pregnant. 30 days from that day, you will have a follow-up visit in which they will then test you again to make sure you are not pregnant. My doctor requires that I am using 2 forms of birth control. There are a number of different forms of birth control that you and your partner can be using, so don't worry about that as long as you are definitely trying to prevent pregnancy. Once your pregnancy test has come back as negative, they then send the prescription over to the pharmacy. And once the pharmacy has received the prescription, you are required to do an online survey through a website called iPledge. Basically, it just makes you go through a series of questions, to make sure that you are aware of all of the different side effects, and they want to make sure that you are again preventing the possibility of becoming pregnant, because unfortunately a pregnancy while on Accutane would most likely end in abortion. Now, they do make you jump through a number of hoops, but this is definitely for good reason. Some other side effects include eye irritation or dry eyes, a dry mouth, joint pains or aches, headaches, lack of energy. One thing that was mentioned was an altered mental state, aka depression. Now, I am not a medical doctor, but I do take a vitamin B12 that does help my energy levels, and that's something that I've already been on, as well as a prenatal vitamin that I have been taking since I had my daughter. She is now just 1 year old. And the last one that I want to mention is sun sensitivity. So if you have fair skin like me, you are already sensitive to the sun, but they definitely advise you to wear at least an SPF of 30 so that you don't experience any excessive burning or any blistering of the skin. I would advise anyone who is wanting to go on the medication to definitely do your research and look up the list of rare side effects that could also occur while on this medication. I will include a link down below in the description box from WebMD if you'd like to look at that. I guess the big question is it worth going on Accutane? And my experience so far is yes, I am having side effects, but I do not regret starting the medication. I am happy with the results so far today. I am just wearing a powder. Now, I do have a lot of scarring on my cheeks, and I did go ahead and reveal that to you at the end of my last video. I will go ahead and link that down below as well, so you can check that out. I am hoping that in the long run, once I have finished the medication, that a lot of my scarring will have healed from the medication, but there's no saying what will come of my skin. Until then, I will just keep my fingers crossed and hope that I have the skin that I've always hoped for without having to have laser. Now, that's another story for another day on all of the different types of skin repair that one can have after they've been on Accutane.
Hey guys, it's Em.
On Accutane. Tiny! My Instagram name down below in the prescription box. The prescription box.